Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm not really gonna do my intro. This one is quite serious. I've been going through a lot lately, and a lot of you guys haven't really noticed because I didn't even notice till it was really like the last moment. I wasn't even gonna announce anything until August the 24th. I kind of just want to get it out the way and kind of so I don't have to talk about it anymore. I just wanted to be put out there. June the 28th, I found out that I was pregnant. I wasn't gonna post it until August the 24th because they say don't say anything until 3 months because anything can happen in the first trimester. And I only told like a select few people. So those 5 people were and the father, of course. Those were the only people that really knew. I just went to go and get a pregnancy test. I look like a boy. Brush my little baby hairs down. I just went to go get a little pregnancy test. Today is June the 28th. I just been feeling different. I've been feeling weird. I feel like my period is supposed to be, I'm supposed to have a projected period. Or whatever. My ovia fertility out. And projected period was 3 days ago. But I had a period already this month. I had a cycle already this month, and it's only been 15 days apart, not a full 28 or 21 at least. The stomach just feels weird. It's been a week since I last had intercourse with someone that I love very dearly. When I was in a relationship, obviously. It's been too many fucking times where I have cheated pregnancy. Literally fucking cheated, because there's no goddamn way as to why I wasn't pregnant. It was no reason. There's something there. Maybe it's gas rolling around. My stomach feel tight. I know I said it's only been a week since I had sex, but I also had sex when I was ovulating around the 11th or the 12th too with the same person. So I was about to throw up this morning. I didn't even mention that. I was about to throw up this morning. I don't know if it's because I drank last night. I drank like a whole bottle of wine last night, 750 milliliters of bottle of wine. 750 milliliters, this whole bottle of wine. Don't judge me, okay? But I don't know if it was that, but I've never felt like I'm about to throw up in the morning or nothing. Not nasty, but it's real and raw. If you're sensitive, sorry. I just go put the drop some in there. Look, this is what it kind of looks like. So I'm gonna cover it up because I don't see it right now. Just cover this up. Just cover it up. Minutes. What time is it now? Let me set a timer right quick.
So even though this is like a little cheap dollar store one, I'm gonna go back and get a regular one, a real one. I'm gonna go back and get a real one in just a little bit, just to make sure I'm not tripping. And I'm gonna go to the med stop in the morning, first thing in the morning, because they're closed right now. I feel I need a blunt. Just be honest. I felt like my body was preparing itself. And then again, I don't know. All the times that I've cheated pregnancy. All the times I've cheated pregnancy. What if this is a false one? What if this is false? I don't know. The line is faint, but I'm just trying not to hyperventilate and pass the fuck out. Because I'm just in shock. I'm happy, but the shock is kind of taking over me right now. My friend Nick is gonna come over she's gonna come over. She's the only one that knows, and him now, because I call him first. This bra's really cutting circulation off. I feel like this part is just tight right here. It's really tight right here. I had like a sharp pain and like kind of like did this, like went across earlier. I don't understand why I've been feeling so tired lately. I just thought it was just me being naturally lazy because I'm naturally a lazy person. I didn't think about me sweating because I sweat when I don't smoke. Because detoxing the fumes out my body and stuff. So I have two more. I have to pee real bad. It's been about an hour or two since this one. Yeah. If these come back the same, dang, I burnt my nail. It's clean, sterile, and stuff, so just gonna go ahead. Okay, this one takes 5 minutes. Because I want it to be cold. I'm gonna do both at the same time. It's like this, you know. I'm gonna turn it down because I don't see them right now. Okay, they are filling up. I said they are, just in case you didn't hear. Filling up. They're almost full. Okay, they are almost full. So let's see. I'm watching the timer on my phone, so just like it does end up last long. The grand stuff, so. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put cap on. Okay, it's time to. I can't even feel them. Okay, there we go. Because I got these long nails on. Ugh. Shocked. Very, very shocked because I'm just like, oh my gosh, out of everybody, me? Me? You know? But at the same time, I was happy. But it was kind of like I literally almost passed out on the toilet. I don't know how to really explain the emotions that I was feeling. I found out that I was pregnant on June the 28th. Today is July the 16th. I had my period from the 1st to the 6th of June. After that, I was obviously in my ovulation window the next week. I was intimate with the father on the 12th, and by the 15th I had conceived, and I did not know. I knew that I was feeling a little funny like the week afterwards, but I just didn't think anything of it because I'm a chiefer. If you guys don't follow me on all my social medias, you guys should. I have been partaking in that and drinking as well because my sister had come home from Kansas because she was recently on deployment, so she literally spent the whole month with us. So, you know, I was enjoying the company of my sister and everything like that, and you know, we was having fun and all that stuff, so I was indulging, and I was not aware. I was feeling more tired than usual, but I just figured that it was Georgia's heat because it's extremely hot and the heat will literally drain the hell out of you. Around, I want to say it was July the 8th, I woke up and I had a extremely bad sharp pain
go through my stomach, and I never experienced that type of pain before. It was like crippling kind of pain. I didn't think anything of it, and I noticed that I was bleeding, and I, bled on the floor or whatever, and, I didn't think anything of it. I looked it up. I kind of got a little scared, I'm not gonna lie, I did get scared. I was really scared. I was having those thoughts like, oh my gosh, I really pray that I'm not losing my being, because that was the nickname that I gave her. Not really sure if it was a her or not, but I have been leaning more towards the name Bean versus Baby Onion. And Baby Onion, if you guys know me, I love Steven Universe, and they have a little character named Onion on there, so I was like, ooh, I can't wait to have a little baby Onion. I lean more towards a girl than I did a boy, so I gave her the name Bean, the nickname Bean. Just put a sanitary napkin on, carried on my day. I don't really use the small sanitary napkins, so I actually had on a pad. I wasn't just spotting, I was actually having a little flow, probably like light to medium flow.
This is a pregnancy update. The reason why I'm talking like this is because my tooth is crowning in the back. Yes, I have a whole wisdom tooth that's crowning in the back, and it hurts. It's not as hurt, like it doesn't hurt as bad like it did yesterday. I'm eating some oatmeal with bananas and blueberries for breakfast. It's not hot enough. I experienced some mild I experienced some spotting. It didn't really scare me, and I was really about to like break down and cry, because I was like, what the fuck is happening? But that's perfectly normal within the first trimester. I feel really tired. I didn't go to bed till like 3 o'clock in the morning because I was editing a video. Really wasn't tired. I had literally been up from 8 o'clock that morning to like 3 o'clock this morning, to be honest. I'll go to the doctor tomorrow. I'm not sure if they'll let me film in there because they have a sign that say no phone, so just feel like I don't know whether not if I'm coming or going. So I'm in the back room. I'm waiting on shipment, to be honest. Waiting on shipment, to be honest. I am cramping really bad, guys. Like, my stomach hurts really bad. My back hurts really bad. Like, is this really normal, like having a period after you've conceived? Like, is this really normal? Because this don't feel normal. I mean, I'm not in any pain or anything like that, like pain like where I gotta go to a doctor or anything. It just feels like a period, and I'm having a small period, so I'm not gonna worry about it or anything, but I'm so tired. I'm so freaking tired. Oh my gosh,
And it was enough to fill up the middle of the pad. I was literally so freaking tired, so freaking drained. And I was like, Mother Nature really needs to stop right now, because I'm about to die. Like, I could not explain to you all the cramps that I was feeling, because it was different. Like, it was different type of cramp. Those cramps where it just keeps you mute. Like, when I'm in pain, I'm like, when I'm cramping, I'm mute. The force of talking just, kind of aids to the pain. I could barely walk. At work, I mostly sit down. I was really tired that day, and the heat, it was so hot, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is literally draining the fucking life out of me right now. So when I got home around 3 something, and then I went to sleep around 4. I slept for 3 hours. The pain literally just knocked me out. I couldn't eat. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to take a shower so bad, but because I was in so much pain, I was just like, I don't even want to take a shower right now. I just need to lay down and like ball up and curl up and just relax. So I slept for about 3 hours. I woke up around 7:30 or so. I went to the bathroom and I passed something. And I've never had an issue with blood clots, since I started my period. I never had an issue like that. I just immediately started to cry. I immediately was like on the floor crying my eyes out, because I knew, something was wrong. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, I'm not experiencing this pain for no reason. Like, alright, so I'm still cramping really bad. Not bad, but like, you know, like when you have your period, it's like moderate cramps and stuff. And I'm trying not to like freak out or anything. I'm trying not to freak out or anything. I'm trying not to like really worry. I'm really kind of like just too in pain to really even have any emotion besides wanting to cry. I did read that it was normal for women to have some like spotting, bleeding in their first trimester and whatnot. And then I'm like getting mixed like signals like that it should not be enough to where you have to put on a panty liner, but I'm like, why the fuck would you not put a panty liner on when you're bleeding any damn way? That's disgusting. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm trying not to worry about it or anything, but you know, I just don't want anything to happen to my little being. Like, I really don't, like, cause if I don't want to experience that, I don't want to experience that type of pain. I really don't. I'm just praying that everything is okay with me, and I'm trying to kind of like take comfort in the fact that, you know, maybe this is just my last period. This blood is supposed to be going to Bean, and you know, just really trying not to freak out about it, to be honest. I need you to get off my ass, sir, or you need to go around because I'm not driving any faster. Yeah, do that. Just really prove that everything is okay with Bean, because if I lose Bean, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. Oh God, please don't take my baby away from me. Oh gosh. You know, I was just praying to God that I wasn't losing Bean, and this is like one of the most hardest videos I've ever had to do. I couldn't explain the feeling that I felt like a part of me was gone. Kind of hinting towards that you might be having a miscarriage, and it was kind of making me upset because I was like, I really want my baby. I feel like I finally have somebody that's gonna love me unconditionally, somebody that's going to look at me with the most admiration. I didn't want to lose that. You know, I know I had only been with her at the point, it was about only a week, and you know, I was just so in love with my little being. I was absolutely fucking in love with her. I went to the med stop that's up the street from my house, because I couldn't wait for my doctor's appointment. My doctor's appointment was literally the next day, but I called my physician and told her what was going on. She was like, you know, don't worry about it. I'll make sure I check you out and everything. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Just relax and all this stuff. She told me not to worry, but I'm really like pissed off that they told me not to fucking worry. Like, I'm fucking pissed about that. I'm annoyed with that, because if I told you that I was pregnant and I'm telling you that I'm cramping and I'm bleeding, why the fuck would you tell me not to worry about it? Where did you get your license from? The doctor, he was telling me, you know, they couldn't really do too much because they didn't have the equipment. So I literally got my blood taken for no goddamn reason because I already knew I was pregnant. I didn't need nobody to tell me that I was fucking pregnant. I already knew. I had took 3 pregnancy tests, so he confirmed that I was possibly having a miscarriage and I needed to go to the hospital immediately. So I came back home and I got my dad, and me and my dad went to the emergency room. I did not film because, I mean, why would you film that? Like, I literally had a fucking needle in my arm for a whole hour because they were saying, after they had took my blood and everything, they were saying just in case we have to go back in, we don't stick you again. I'm just like, oh my gosh. One, I'm squeamish. When it comes to needles, I was literally dropping weight. I had literally went up to 117 and instantly dropped 5 pounds in a day or two. I'm feeling faint. I'm literally sitting in the room. My legs are shaking because they're so freaking weak. I'm cold. It was literally like the bottom, my abdomen down to my legs were in constant pain, to the point where I was just like this. Like, I really couldn't move. I couldn't really do anything. Like, I was paralyzed, really. Like, they took me back to the I'm not really sure what room it is, but it's the room where you have to prop your legs up, and she put the, you know, probe inside, or what. Well, I put it in. She asked if I could die, because I said yeah. She was checking my stomach. She did on top, and she couldn't see anything, and she was going inside as well, and she was saying that she couldn't see anything. You know, my heart dropped. She was saying that everything's gonna be okay though, don't worry. She checked for about a good 5 to 10 minutes, and she couldn't find anything. She wheeled me back to the other room. I was literally in a wheelchair, and I felt so helpless. I couldn't describe the feeling that I was feeling. I felt so helpless. It was one of the most heartbreaking days of my life. Like, seriously. The doctor came back in, and she was like saying that there is a slight chance that I could carry on and have a normal pregnancy, but the type of pain that I was feeling is most likely that I was having a miscarriage. She was also saying that it was a slight possibility that it was an ectopic pregnancy, which means that the baby isn't in the uterus, they're in the tubes, and at that point there has to be surgery done, because that could kill you. But that was a very, very slim chance. I was talking to her, and I was telling her everything, because I told her about the thing that I passed and everything, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was a blood clot. I didn't know what it was. I don't know. And it was confirmed that it was me. So I had passed her before I had even went to the emergency room. I got home, and I put on, you know, a glove and everything, and I pulled my baby out of the toilet. I just cried, because I was hurt, you know, because I finally felt that, you know, this was like my level up to the next stage in my life, you know. I was so happy because I had already started planning things. You guys went to see vlogs and everything like that, and I'm just like, my life isn't that interesting for me to be vlogging. Then, you know, when Bean came about, it's like, oh, now your life is interesting now. Now you're gonna have something to film, because it's not just gonna be you. But unfortunately, I miscarried that night. And it was hard. And it still is hard. This has only been about a week or almost 2. I just couldn't explain the hurt that I felt. I really couldn't. I couldn't explain how bad I wanted her to be in my life. I couldn't explain it. It was like the moment I found out, I was so happy. I was confused, I was scared, but I was happy. Because I finally had somebody that was gonna love me. I finally had somebody that was gonna look at me with the most admiration in their eyes, that was gonna look up to me, that I was gonna be able to take care of, that I was gonna be able to share my life with. Fuck a man. You know, I didn't give a damn about the man. When it came to me and the father, I didn't want to be with him, you know. All I needed was his support, and that was it, because I was going to do it whether or not he was here or not. And it's sad, because I don't deserve that, you know. Even though I'm 27 years old, I deserve to be married. But it's like, at this point in my life, it's like, I don't care. I don't want a man, you know. After my last breakup, my mental space when it comes to a man, I just couldn't tolerate it, and I still can't. My family, you know, they were really supportive. My friend Nicolette, she was really supportive. A lot of my family still doesn't know that I was pregnant. My dad didn't even know that I was pregnant until
we went to the emergency room, and I had to let him know because obviously I needed to go to the emergency room. And, you know, he was like, did you want the baby? And I was like, yeah, I wanted my baby. I wanted her so bad. I did. My aunt, you know, she told me, and I'm so thankful for her. She told me that just look at the type of person that the father was, and yes, you might have wanted your baby, but think about all those demons that he had on him. Who's to say that this baby couldn't have been the worst decision of your life? And I didn't want to look at it like that because that's the love of my life. You know, I loved her already. You know, that instinct, that maternal instinct literally just kicked in because all I want to be is a wife and a mother. You know, that's not all I want to be, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted somebody else that I could love and that was gonna love me back. You know, I felt like this was what I needed. You know, I felt like she was what I needed. And unfortunately, that did not happen. The doctor said that my hormone levels were low, so I'm probably not producing enough estrogen. I cremated her about 3 or 4 days afterwards, I believe. I'm not really sure. I insert a clip, but I cremated her so I could keep the little ashes that I did have, and it was so odd, like how I cremated her. Like, that's what I had to do because I didn't know any other way to properly dispose of her. I didn't know any other way to properly dispose of her so that I could keep the ashes, the little ashes that I did have. But when I did cremate her, it was like everything else, like really, she literally turned into a being. It looks like she looks like a pinto bean. Like, she burned a little bit, but she didn't like completely. She burned enough to the point where it's considered disposed properly, if that makes sense. The shape of her is still like a little bean. And I have her over in my curio. Did purchase an urn for her, a little small urn for her, so that way I can keep her in my curio. I am gonna get her back. I have to get myself together healthy enough so that way the next time I'll be able to carry. I didn't have to go back to like have any surgery or anything like that, or have them get anything else out because it was so early. You know, I was only 4 weeks. I'm actually just gonna get some yoni pearls to help cleanse everything out. I got pregnant, had a miscarriage, and I cremated my baby. It was so hard. It was so hard. I don't wish that on my worst enemy to lose something like that. Especially like, and you know, I'm thinking that maybe I experienced pain, I did. But I believe that since it was so early, I didn't experience a lot more pain than I guess if it was a little bit more older, if that makes sense. I'm not really sure because I've never been pregnant before. This was my first pregnancy. I know it's not my fault. I don't blame myself. I don't blame God. You know, I know things happen for a reason. And, you know, unfortunately, my hormone levels just were not high enough. There are days where I just burst out crying. I was put on bed rest for a couple of days. I can't really describe the emotion that I was feeling. When I found out, the only thing, the thought that came through my head was, the light's red, but what if I just drove out into traffic? Like, it was literally a fucking snap. Like, a snap of my mind. Like, what if I just drove out into traffic right now? Like, I don't fucking care. Like, what if I just drove out into fucking traffic right now? Scary because I'm like, is this what people feel like when they're depressed? Like, it's just a fucking snap of the emotion, like the snap of a brain, like an instant thought, just like, what if I do this? I was dealing with depression before when I was younger, but this was completely different.
And I really literally almost did it, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I really did. By the grace of God, you know, he protected me and protected my mind. Sunday, if you guys watch me on Snapchat, if you don't, you need to watch me on Snapchat. Went to the pool with my friend Traylon, and he really just, I'm so thankful for him, because just going to the pool and just getting out of my own head, just to get out of my own head, you know, it really helped me so much. And he was so kind, and he was so sweet and gentle with me, and I really appreciate everything that he did for me. I really appreciate you, because you really don't understand, like, how much that just meant to me. A lot of people say, you don't want no kids, and woot woot. I'm 27 years old. Please don't tell me what I want in my life, okay? Because you are not me. You do not go through the emotions that I go through. You do not deal with what I deal with. Please do not tell me what you think I do not want. I wanted this. I have family. I have my career that's ahead of me, you know. I had the support. I had the love. I was not worried about anything. That's what was going on with me. Sorry if this video was a little down for you guys. I didn't mean to make it, you know, but just wanted to let you guys know that life does go on, and I'm not gonna allow this to hinder me from being happy.